Mehmed Kâmil Pasha, also spelled as Kiamil Pasha, was an Ottoman statesman of Turkish Cypriot origin in the late 19th century and early 20th century, who became, as aside regional or international posts within the Ottoman state structure, Grand Vizier of the empire during 4 different periods. He was born in Nicosia in 1833, son of Captain Salih Ağa from the village of Pyrogi in Cyprus. His first post was in the household of the Khedive of Egypt, who at that time was only nominally dependent to the central Ottoman power in Constantinople. In the course of this appointment he visited London for the Great Exhibition of 1851 in charge of one of the Khedive's sons. Kiamil's sojourn in England left in him a lifelong admiration for Britain, and during his career within the Ottoman state, he was always known to be an Anglophile. Having full command of English thenceforth to the close of his career, he zealously sought the friendship of England for Turkey. After remaining in Egypt for 10 years, Mehmed Kâmil exchanged the services of Abbas I for that of the Ottoman government as of 1860 and for the ensuing 19 years, that is to say, until he first entered the cabinet. He filled very numerous administrative appointments in every part of the empire. He governed, or helped to govern, provinces such as Eastern Rumelia, Herzegovina, Kosovo, and his native Cyprus. His periods in office as premier were, from the 25th of September 1885 to the 4th of September 1891, under Abdülhamid Ağa's reign. From the 2nd of October 1895 to the 7th of November 1895, under Abdülhamid Ağa's reign. From the 5th of August 1908 to the 14th of February 1909, under Abdülhamid Ağa's reign, and during the second constitutional era in the Ottoman Empire, and from the 29th of October 1912 to the 23rd of January 1913, under Mehmed V Resad's reign, and during the second constitutional era of the Ottoman Empire. In May 1913, he returned to his native Cyprus, which he had not seen since he had ceased to govern it as far back as 1864. The reason was no happy one. After the Young Turk Revolution of 1908, Kâmil initially had tried to compromise with the new men in power, but soon he decided to oppose the Committee of Union and Progress and became a figurehead of the more liberal and pro-decentralization opposition group of Young Turks, known as the Freedom and Accord Party. After the overthrow of the Cup regime in summer 1912 by the Saviour officers, he became Grand Vizier of the new Freedom and Accord Party government. He was appointed head vizier for his friendly relations with the British, in the hopes that he would be able to get favorable terms for the end of the ongoing, disastrous First Balkan War. In January 1913, Kâmil's government decided to accept severe peace conditions, including massive territorial losses. The coup in the military forces used this pretext for the second coup d'état on the 23rd of January 1913. That day, Enver Bey, one of the CUP's military leaders, burst with some of his associates into the Sublime Porte while the cabinet was in session. By most accounts, one of Enver's officers, Jacob Semel, shot the Minister of War Nazim Pasha, and the group pressed Kâmil Pasha to resign immediately at gunpoint. Kâmil was put under house arrest and surveillance. The ex-head vizier was invited by his British friend Lord Kitchener to stay with him in Cairo. After 3 months in Egypt, Mehmed Kâmil Pasha decided to wait a favourable turn of fortune in his native Cyprus. 5 weeks after his return to Cyprus, the assassination of his Cup successor to the premiership, Mahmud Şevket Pasha, occurred in June 1913, by a relative of Nazim Pasha to avenge his death. The Cup regime reacted with persecution of well-known opposition politicians. Kiamil Pasha, then the Cup prefect at the capital Constantinople, indicated to Kamil's family that he had to leave the Ottoman Empire or he too would be arrested. His family joined his exile. On the 14th of November 1913, while full of plans for revisiting England in 1914, Kiamil Pasha suddenly died of syncope and was buried in the court of Arab Ahmed Pasha Mosque. Sir Ronald Stores, British Governor of Cyprus from 1926 to 1932, caused a memorial to be raised over Kiamil Pasha's grave. He also composed the English inscription carved on the headstone below, a Turkish one in old lettering. It runs as follows: His Highness Kiamil Pasha, son of Captain Salih Ağa of Pyrogi, Treasury Clerk, Commissioner of Larnaca, Director of Evkar, 4 times Grand Vizier of the Ottoman Empire, a great Turk and a great man.